Well, good morning and welcome to Stevie J's Guitar Page. Today we're going to work on a solo in G minor, and since it's cold outside, we're going to heat things up a little bit. I'm going to show you how to take your blues scale and modify it a little bit. Also, last time we did a video in G major. E minor is relative to G major. They're kind of connected. You just start and stop on different points. So if we're using a G major scale, if you start and stop on E, that's the E Aeolian mode, and that's connected to the G major scale. So a lot of the things I'm going to do today I used in the video before. So I'm just going to recap really quick, and I'm going to show you some of the techniques that I'm going to use in the this video today to kind of modify the sound so it's a little more aggressive using some techniques. First thing, let's go over our scale. So we're going to be using E pentatonic minor blues, which is oh, I got a lot of distortion on the guitar today for this one. So okay, and that's one we went over last time, but in E this time, so the root is going to be E to E. Also open. Okay. E minor scale, which is relative to G major. So if I were to play an E minor scale down here, I'm going to start on E, it would look like this. But if I move up one position, it's the same as G major. You just got to make sure that you start and stop on E, or the notes that you want to land on for the chord change. So again, our G major scale. Okay, and our arpeggio that we use, which is a G major arpeggio, but we're going to use it in D and C. Okay? Now, some of the licks that I'm going to do, this is a little getting more towards the technique. We do like a pinch harmonic, and that takes your blues scale from a real bluesy sounding, rocked out thing that it really makes it aggressive. So if I'm gonna choke up on the pick, and I'm just gonna use a little bit of it. And basically what I'm doing is I'm hitting the string, but I'm muting it with the thumb, and it might take a little while to get this technique down, but it sounds kind of like this. Yeah, let's try to get a better look at that. Okay. Also pull-offs. So out of the blues scale, there's one that I like to use. It's kind of like out of the Freebird solo. It's okay. Also here, you move across to the second and first strings, as you got this one. And use it there, and I throw another finger in there. Back down the blues scale. Also, too, you can kind of rev up your blues scale a little bit if you throw a couple little extra notes in there, and you don't really want to land on them. But if you're not really proficient with your modes and your scales, it kind of helps throw a little bit more. So you can do a okay, and I'm just throwing some extra notes in there in between. So like this is like chromatic. Okay. What else? Oh, tapping. So we all like Van Halen. Well, most of us do. And one of the things that he would do, and I'm going to show you this in A, was he would take a blues scale in A. Okay, and then he'd tap across the 12th fret, because if you work out all the notes are straight across here. So you can do this. So we're going to move that up to E, but if you were to hear that faster, if you think of like Hot for Teacher, it's okay. So we're going to move that down here to E, and I'm going to use that too, and I'm going to implement it in my playing when I'm going to, you'll see it, you'll hear it. So I'm going to show this to you slow. Okay, so those are all the scales and the tricks that I'm going to use, the pull off, the pinch harmonic. Oh, speed picking. Remember, I like to use open strings too. So if you're going to work out your blues scale, okay, or again, you can use G major because it's relative to E minor. So sounds a little more dark with those extra notes in there. Okay, and so you can take something like that and it sounds really cool. And just using a little bit of the pick, and this is a technique that you're going to want to practice. You know, really don't want to grind into the strings. You want to try to use as little of the pick as you can. Didn't get into there very good. Anyway, so we're going to try this. This is going to be in E minor, and the chords are E minor, G, D, and C. The other thing you want to pay attention to is the chords themselves, because I'm going to move with the chords a little bit. So like, for example, if you land on an E, you can do like a double bend like this, where you're holding the note and bending it up to the note on the next string. Okay, and then you could do move with the chords, or you can use your arpeggio too. So something like, and this is D, and then C. All right. Again, I know I go a little fast, but everything, if you go back and revisit the G major lesson, you're going to see some of the stuff in it. If you have any questions too on the technique, you can send me a private message and or message on the thread here, and I'll be glad to answer it for you. So here we go. I'm going to do a solo in E minor. I'm going to use all the stuff that I just showed you. I'm going to try to keep it fairly mellow so that I don't look like I'm doing something that I didn't show you, but sometimes I get a little carried away. Again, I got my Sloan's guitar t-shirt on today in honor of my buddy Dave Sloan there, and we like metal, and so I'm probably going to, well, let's see what happens, okay? So here we go. We're going to do this progression. It's repetitive. I'll send a link to the progression too if you want to practice this stuff. So here we go. E minor, G, D, and C. Oh. Here we go. A little squealy. Okay. Little G major. Little Zakk Wylde. G major. So there you have it. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Anyway, hopefully you caught all the stuff I showed. If you have any questions, let me know. It was a fun one today, so I'll have more for you later. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm going to go shovel some snow and cool off, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.